Josiah King should have been celebrating a dream evening. A 16-year-old Arsenal Academy product, stepping up to wear the England U17 shirt for the first time. But the night in Germany turned into an occasion none of the youngsters will forget for the wrong reasons. King started at right back as Liam Bramley's side took the field, and England battled back from a first-half setback to secure a 2-1 victory. But the result was overshadowed after the match was halted on two separate occasions amid reports of racist abuse directed at England players, producing a long second-half delay and a deeply upsetting scene for players and staff alike. What should have been a proud debut for an Arsenal teenager morphed into a story of shock and a reminder that even at youth level, the game is not immune from abuse. Images and accounts from the match show players consoled by coaches and moments when the team briefly left the field. Visibly shaken by what had happened and by the need to pause the contest until officials and organisers could address the behaviour reported in the stands. The Football Association was unequivocal in its immediate response, describing the material as a disturbing reports of racism and saying the matter is being treated with the utmost seriousness while they support players and consult tournament organisers and relevant authorities about next steps. That statement signals the FA intends to press for a thorough investigation and for protective measures so young players don't face the emotional cost of such incidents in preparation for major youth tournaments. For the players on the pitch, the night mixed triumph and trauma. The young Lions fought back to win, but the mood was tempered, not least for those making their debuts who had imagined applause and congratulations rather than interruptions that sparked anger and fear among the squad. The incident raises uncomfortable but necessary questions for football bodies. How robust are anti-racism safeguards at youth events? How quickly can organisers identify and eject abusive individuals? And what practical and psychological support is available to teenagers who experience abuse while representing their country? Those are not abstract issues. They affect development, confidence, and the sense of safety that young athletes need. Beyond immediate investigations, the scene in Germany should push clubs, federations, and tournament hosts to re-examine stewarding, reporting lines, and the protocols used when abuse is reported, because a long delay or a walk-off is only one measure of harm. The other is the lasting memory for a player whose first international night is now tangled with an ugly episode. There is also an important narrative about the wider culture of the game. Youth fixtures are meant to be protected spaces where emerging talent is nurtured, and when those places are violated, the whole sport is diminished. Fans, clubs and governing bodies must insist on swift consequences and clear deterrents, while media and commentators should avoid trivializing young players' experiences in the name of controversy. For Josiah King and his teammates, the path forward must include both accountability and care. An investigation that leads to sanctions where appropriate, plus counselling and support, so those teenagers can get back to focusing on football without the shadow of this night hanging over their progress. Albeit, the match result will read in the record books a 2-1 win, but the memory of a debut interrupted by abuse is a reminder that the fight against racism in football still needs sustained, practical action at every level, from local stewards to international tournament organisers and national associations pledging to act. As this story develops and the FA and authorities work through their inquiries, the central message has to be simple and non-negotiable. Young players deserve to compete free from hate, and every fan should be part of creating that safe, respectful space.